Hello, everyone. Welcome to Planning with Ida. For today's video, I would like to go over the October setup from Planner Perfect. How did I set up my goals? And give you some overview of my journaling book because I have set up my journaling book differently this month. For charms, I'm using Planner Perfect charms. I do like to use two charms, the small one and the large one. I know it's not a typical fall charms, but because I love the card that it came in the box so much, and I said I'm going to use it in the top of the TN, I decided to keep the spring charms. Actually, these are from a spring package, but they were lovely and I liked it so much. I am in the narrow TN, Planner Perfect. This is Ali's store. Ali has so many different design and clips. You can choose whatever is appropriate for the season. With that, I'm going to open up my dashboard. This is how I set up my dashboard. As you can see, this one is very fall related. It's very October. I cut one of the cards to fit over here. This section or this pocket, at least on the narrow size, I don't know about the other size, doesn't fit the cards. So unless the cards are vertical, they're not going to fit. So you have to cut it a little bit. But I love to cut some of the images, and the scale was like a perfect example that you can cut to fit it here. I normally keep the card for the month right in the top. So it's an overview of the month and journaling book. And this is a planner for October. So I started with the journaling because I set up my journal differently. As you know, I journal in Hobonichi. I've been using my journaling as my diet plan. So every week I actually come up with a healthy diet that I would like to follow up. This is a clean eating plan. So I'm trying to eat clean as much as I can. And I document what I plan to eat. And then I'll go over each day to see if I stick to the plan or not. And if I change it a little bit, and if I do follow it, I'll give myself a check. So I've been decorating, as you know, I decorated minimally and use it for the most documentation of what I eat during the day. So I didn't feel like it's necessary for me to calculate the calories per section, only because, when I plan it for the week, I know the overall calorie that I'm taking. And if I stick to the plan, well, it'll always ended up with the same amount of calorie. Now, for me, I have realized that not every calorie is equal, of course. Although when, you do the different program, they recommend you to take 1,000 calorie, 1,200 calorie, depends on your weight and how much you want to maintain your weight or lose it. Not all calories are equal. So just remember that. I added my pen to the journaling this time. I normally added the pen holder to my planner only because, I kept them together. And if I go somewhere, I'll take both of them with me. And I thought that was a better match to go with my journal. Now I'll show you later on that at the end of the book, obviously it's like plenty of room for me to document my eating. But at the end of the book, I'm also doing self-care, including my morning and evening routine. With that, let me open up my October planner. This is, again, because I didn't receive my Coco Daisy box. Mass majority of my decorations are from Bellissima Casa that I use the sticker from, and Planner Perfect washi. These are both Planner Perfect washi. My month was relatively busy, as you can see out of the bed at the beginning. I have so many birthday celebration, and 2 trips was planned. One already happened, and another one is next week. I'm going to see my niece at FSU. At the beginning of the month was her birthday, so I'll normally want to see her for her birthday. But since it was a very busy week, we decided to postpone it a few weeks later. I'm documenting all my workout plan here and traveling plan. As you can see, all the birthdays. If I have, for example, facial, nail appointment, facial, and anything else would come to my monthly plan. And from my monthly plan, I would transfer that to the week. Okay, so let's start with, I started in this booklet from Monday the 6th because we were still on the previous book for previous month. So I have some extra pages at the beginning that I can use. But what I wanted to go over was my goal pages with you. I'm gonna cover what I have in my goal pages and let me know what is on your goal pages. As usual, I started with the housekeeping goals this month. A lot of good things in this page, and I'm very excited about it. Over the years, guys, doing these goal pages have helped me to stay a lot more organized and plan much better. So I'm getting to really like the housekeeping page. Now remember, because I, work full time and I'm not home, my house is not always as organized as the way I wanted it to be. So I have to take baby steps and, hire help. Obviously is not where I want to be, but I'm working towards it. So for that, I have the Halloween decoration for inside and outside. I have a lot of inside decoration, but the outside decoration, they need to be replaced. So I spoke to my husband and we're probably going to invest on some of the outdoor decoration, especially now that we have grandkids. We want our, outdoor to look cute, not so scary, but more cute until the kids grown up. I want to swap the summer scents for the fall scents, probably pumpkin and apple. Apple scents are my very favorite. Cinnamon and vanilla. Currently, I'm actually using patchouli and vanilla. That's kind of a fall scent, but I have a lot of summer scents right now that I have to put away and swap that with fall scents. I'm going to bake a pumpkin bread. Normally, I do that every year. I have a really good recipe, and I'll actually make it for friends and family also. I'm going to organize a pantry. I've already started it. That's why you see a check, but it's not completed yet. So I'm going to complete the pantry cleanup. I'm changing the sheets, of course, 2 times a month. Every other week, we change the sheets, but I'll document it. So it's a reminder. I'm not doing it myself. Of course, I have a cleaning team that does it, but I have to remind them and I have to have the sheets available for them so they know that they have to swap it. Also, it's a good time to wash the windows. We're getting close to the holiday time. So if you need to wash your windows, it would be a good reminder to put it on your housekeeping list. I'm going to wipe the doors and handles. I do that 2 times a year. We have a French door that is broken. I was planning to actually help my husband with that, but he told me yesterday that he scheduled it and he ordered the replacement. So we'll see what's going to happen with that, but it was in my list. I'm going to apply for insurance for repairing my car handles. The interior car handles have been sticky. So I contacted the service department and they informed me that I do have insurance coverage for it, but I have to do a lot of paperwork, take a picture, attach it, and all that stuff. So I'm going to start working on that. I'm going to replace several light bulbs inside my own house. And in the, in rental property in my condo, they need to have a new tenant. So she hasn't asked for anything yet, but I like to make sure that everything is in place for her. So that's my housekeeping. I hope I motivate you. Let me know what's in your list. And on the media and personal growth, I'm reading The Artist's Way and I'm trying to apply it. Actually, I'm writing it in the morning on my Hobonichi book, but I will tell you all about it. I'm going to go through my whole month to finish The Artist's Way and I'll give you my thoughts. I do want to watch 2 or 3 movies. This time I left it open. I don't know what is it. And so whatever happened during my trip or something, I mentioned which one are those. I am finishing my leadership courses. I finished the one I was teaching. It went really well. Kids graduated and it was a very fun course. Moving forward to my own leadership course that I took, a small like executive leadership, and it wasn't as helpful as I was hoping it would be. I only have 1 session left. That's why I, have it complete the leadership course. So after that, I have to, move to another, I'm thinking about more a more technical course that I may take. I am reading a spirituality booklet. Let me show you guys. I'll keep it here actually. This is my daily words that I take. So trying to, stick to it. And in the morning, it's my reading practice. They're very small, like they're only, one page, but it set up your day so positive. And I love doing that. It's been very effective for me. All right, let's go back to this. And I want to practice Spanish. I mentioned that I'm practicing a language. I kind of enjoy learning languages, guys. Spanish is not my first language that I'm learning, but I live in Florida and a lot of people speaking Spanish. And Franklin is very helpful to know the language. So I started it 275 days ago with Lingo. And I've been doing that daily and been successful. And eventually I asked ChatGPT to help me with, adding more into it. I've already had Rosetta Stone's membership. So I'm trying to take advantage of it and I'm doing 2 to 3 times a week. I'm also studying grammar once a week. You do need the grammar, guys. There's no way that I could go through, learning language without the basic grammar. So although everybody is saying that just, do the Duolingo, but I couldn't understand why some of the verbs are the way they is. So I'm gonna study a little bit of the grammar, not too much, just on the weekend. And ChatGPT recommended to read 3 short sentences weekly. So I'm writing short sentences and I repeat that out loud. And I'm watching some of the short movies that are in Spanish. I'm still at the beginning of my learning process. So those movies are hard to understand, but there are some movies that are designed for the beginners and they're a lot more helpful than others. So this is the second page for the media and personal growth. For those of you watching my video, my shopping and gifts are my favorite page where I dream about all the stuff I want and I'll make a lot of time I made them happen. So this month I'm super excited because I'm picking up a set of Tiffany earrings. Now guys, this was in my wanted list for years. Really years. I remember last Christmas, I wanted to purchase that and I didn't have enough budget for it yet. So I've been working and putting money away to purchase these Tiffany earrings. So what happened is that I had a bunch of jewelries that they were broken, gold, of course they were gold, that they were broken. They were very small from my childhood that I would never use and stuff like that. I found a place that they were buying it. So I actually did some research and I worked through different places. And so I sold those. And of course, I have some saving. So now I have enough money to buy the earrings that it was on my wanting list. One video, if you are interested, I will show you how I actually make my wanting list happens. After so many years, I've been practicing it. And, at the beginning of the year, I put all this stuff that I want. And eventually I work towards those goals and I normally never put them on the credit card. So I actually save for it first and then I go and purchase it. So it's multiple times enjoyment until it actually happens. Long story short, I'm ready for that purchase. I do also have to book a flight to New York. That's for December. So the early we purchased the ticket, the less expensive it is. I'm looking forward to do that with my family. I need to go to the candle store, see what fall scents do they have, and I exchange my diffusers. As I mentioned, I'm going to switch in the summer with the fall scents. And I mentioned I'm buying the Halloween decoration. And I need to talk about my Halloween costume and outfit. I haven't decided on that one yet, but probably going to stop by at the Halloween stores and see what we can do. No, but normally, I have a costume and a makeup on for Halloween. I'm going to finish the shopping for my niece as a gift. So I have purchased many of the items in her list, and I'm super excited to deliver that to her next week. And I wanted to actually pack a small goodies for my grandkids. They're not allowed to eat any sweets, so no sugary things in the package. But I think I'm going to have like a small gift and maybe some books, small Halloween surprises. Also, I always go to White House Black Market for, buying my clothing. I've been more focused on, purchasing stuff that I only need because my closet is packed and I need to get rid of a whole lot. But I do have some coupons from White House Black Market and a few items that I need for this season that I'm hoping that I can use my coupons and find the right PCs from their store. So this is my shopping list, but as usual, as we go through the month, the shopping list would grow. Of course, I'm planning for my trips. The Tallahassee trips is coming up. And I have DC trip. This one is for work. And I haven't done much about it, but that needs a lot of preparation. Not only, booking the flights and reserving a hotel, but I'm also, preparing for the event. I have to study for it and get ready for taking care of it. So that was my goal page. I hope I motivate some of you to set up your goal pages. Let me know what's in your pages and what you're planning to do. With no further ado, let's move on to that was the week that we are currently on Saturday. So I list over here and then housework. Because, as I mentioned, I want to improve on that area. The housework, my workout, and any specific appointment. For example, yesterday I had a facial at 4 p.m. and I have my nails to be done today. And tomorrow, most likely, I'm going to work out. But since I didn't schedule it, I didn't arrive it here because I didn't want to, have any surprises. With that, moving forward to Monday, but it was a very, very busy week, guys, because the weekend before I was out of time. So a lot of things got packed into together. I have to cook and meal plan for my husband differently than my own diet. I learned that, on the hard way. Obviously, his diet needs is very different than mine. Over here, I'm normally, documenting everything I have to do, all the cooking, all the shopping, all the, house prepping, laundry, and everything else I need to do for him versus on the journaling plan, I'm documenting everything that is related to my own diet and my own shopping and my own planning. This is Tuesday. On Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I go physically to work. And of course, when you are physically at work, it takes a little bit longer to get ready to be prep. Those days are very, very packed and busy with work. And both are very good. Hybrid working works well for me. I like the days that I'm working from home because in between the meetings and everything, I can get, some of the housekeeping stuff going. For example, laundry, for example, dishwasher, stuff like that, minimum things, right? But when I'm at work, I'm very focused on everything's happening with coworkers. A lot of times I have lunch plans with coworkers and, again, they both are needed and they both are good. This is my Wednesday design. This is Thursday. Again, these are all many of them are planner perfect because I didn't have my Cocoa Daisy. That's Friday and here's Sunday. I can't tell you guys how happy I am that now we're getting a separate Saturday and Sunday book. Also have my menu list. I have not been consistent with using my menu list, so I may consider swapping it, but the future planning for November and December, right now, for example, for November, it would come to this booklet because this one doesn't have November and December. So I have to actually stay with this one. I'm getting ready to order my yearly one from Planner Perfect. This is my TN from Planner Perfect. Now would like to open up I received some of my stickers for my Hobonichi planning. The stickers are from Coffee Monsterz. If you haven't seen that video, please take a look at it. It was a very successful video and a lot of views and a lot of likes. So I highly recommend to go back and take a look at my Hobonichi. But I ordered the sticker to go with it. So just a quick overview. I order one weekly. I use my weeklies for my financial planning and, all the stuff that basically, things that are variant per month, right? For example, your grocery shopping, for example, my expenses from Amazon, my gift expenses or things that I buy out of ordinary I normally plan and journal here. For that, I have ordered a little booklet that it goes in the back, and I ordered or a pen card which goes inside it. I like to keep them because they're so thin. And when you write on it, you need something to go with it. The pen came with it because I ordered mine from Japanese store. And so I put everything together. But, again, I opened the box last time. This is for my journaling. Look how cute it is, guys. I really love the pen holder, and I got the pen to match with it. It's a little cat, and it has this little cat as a page. I really like the whole thing about it. And again, I put a lot of additional stuff in it. I bought a pencil card for it, and I bought a little booklet that it goes here. So again, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend to watch my previous video. All right, I'm opening the Coffee Monster. I believe the Coffee Monster, guys, is international to us. I think it comes from Canada. I'm not sure. But it does take a while for us to receive this. It says its order was packed by Yvonne. I'm going to open up so you can see what I have ordered for my Hobonichi only. These are only for Hobonichi, guys. All right. Let's just start with, of course, they include a gift. These are all, a little gift. It's chapter 9, 2025 or stuff like that. Obviously, I order everything for 2026. So if I have a chance to use this in my current Hobonichi, I definitely would. These are little tabs. The tabs would go on the monthly section. It's the first time I'm using a tab. I didn't use a tab previously, but as you can see, the months are, located here like this. So I'm planning to use those right here. I purposely order the one that has the green accent, so it would go nicely with my weekly. And of course, it has like a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly tabs as well that I plan to use it. So I'm excited to use this for my weekly plan. And I ordered the colorful one for my journaling one because this one, the tabs are colorful, as you can see. So, and I think these are, matching the Hobonichi. So I'm excited to start using the tabs on both of my Hobonichi boxes. All right. Now, I ordered a whole bunch of stickers for my weekly plan, which, as I mentioned, I use that for my financial page. If you want, I can do a video of how do I plan on my financial, what do I document in there, and how did it help me really to stay very organized with my financial planning. So I normally do very minimum decoration on that Hobonichi, but because the Coffee Monster had such a cute little things, I decided to go ahead and purchase those and maybe do very minimum decoration. Let me know if you want me to show that to you. I can actually make up some pages and show those, how do I actually use those pages. This one is for when I, buy something extra, so like for example, the Tiffany earring right now, when I go shopping and buy myself something very special, these are the icons. This is for saving jar. This is just little saving that I do monthly for myself and for emergency cases. This is the calculating budget emojis. Normally the day that is a payday, I spend a little bit of the time to make sure that what are the big expenses coming for the next 2 weeks and plan for that. So this is the emoji I would use. And then it says yay money. Obviously it's for the payday. I can also use it for, I have rental properties. I can also use it for that reason. However, I did actually got this one as a rent emoji, specifically got it when the property rent are coming to me. I have a lot of expense, guys, for the rental property. I basically, very little after I, pay off everything, very little left in my account, which, I normally save it for the emergencies if something happened. So far, I've been, I have to be very careful with the rent money. And then there's no spending. I have been practicing no spending two days every other week. So when I get close to the payday, 2 days before, I try to do no spending. I manage that with, paying off everything needs to be done. I'll do all my shopping and everything. So for 2 days, I try to do very, very minimal to no spending. And it's a good habit or good practice to have. This is the mall emoji. This is, when I go to the mall shopping, I love doing that. It's one of my very, habits. I'll normally do that at least once a week. So I decided to get those, and it was just cute. And so I ordered 3 pages for the payday, of course, a lot. Some of those, the colors are different. This one is different than these two. I think I'm using, of course, you don't need any of those, and you can plan with your hand, write down everything, just do the planning, guys. Let me know you like any of this idea and you have applied any of those to your planning. Thank you so much for being with me, watching my video. Until next video, bye.